ThaBoxingvoice.com live here with Peter Kahn, the man of the hour. So obviously having Kambosos, I would like to know, how long did you know he was this good?
I've been with George since 2017. And in fact, I was telling my man here, Andreas Hale,
Yes.
we were just talking about that.
Yes.
Back in 2017, I was telling him about Kambosos.
Yep.
And about how people don't know that George has a dog in him. George likes to fight. And what you saw on Saturday night, that's who George is. You know, his last two fights, he fought, you know, very skilled, technical guys in Lee Selby, Mickey Bay, you know, slick guys, good boxers. So, you know, you've only been able to see a little bit of George. But Teofimo Lopez brought out the true George Kambosos last Saturday.
So obviously after winning the titles, everything has changed. He's the new man, and a lot of talk of Australia. How real is that, and how real is the 60, 70, and 80,000? Because we've only seen that with AJ. Obviously, Carl Froch has done that with George Groves on some occasions, but it's more of a UK thing.
So, you know, Australia is very unique that way. Very patriotic. They get behind their athletes, especially their fighters. I mean, look at Jeff Horn. They had 50,000+ at Suncorp Stadium when he fought Manny Pacquiao. In fact, I was there with George back in July of 2017 at that fight firsthand. So that's definitely feasible. And what George did, and I think, and you know, who he beat and the way he did it, has set that up for, especially coming out of COVID, people hungry to, you know, be a part of big events. And I think that's definitely reasonable. And, you know, it's definitely going to be, I mean, look, I would say 99.9% is going to be Australia. He earned that right. He hasn't fought at home since 2017. He's been on the road. I mean, every place we've gone, it's always someplace else, somebody else's backyard. And I think he's earned the right to call those shots.
Peter, how much are you and Lou on the same page?
I mean, look, everybody's on the same page. Everybody wants to see this be successful. I mean, look, we're in a great situation right now. And so it's, you know, it's a team effort here, right? Everybody has to sit down and talk and figure out what's going to be the best move. I mean, we're in a great situation. You know,
what's your best move ideally? No politics.
Right.
You know,
ideally,
you could just wave a wand and it happened.
The best fight, the most amount of money, the biggest live gate, the most sponsorship. I mean, everything that a promoter wants to see. And I do believe that, you know, George earned the right for that to be in Australia, and I definitely feel like it's feasible and can be done.
Isn't the best money and the most money and the livest gate in Australia?
Yeah, absolutely.
So opponent doesn't matter then?
Well, I mean, we want to. I mean, I don't. You tell me which one of the other lightweights is going to say no.
I mean,
I'm just saying, out of the top
I don't
guys,
think
no one's going to
will
say. So
no.
everyone's on the table.
I think the Australia might be a sticking point for one or two of them.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that, you know, at the end of the day, with the money being there, the opportunity being there, you know, all those belts, you know, to be able to call the shots, right? An opportunity at that, you know, that's hard to pass up. And look, it's hard to say no when George has been doing that his whole career pretty much.
So, what's your timeline? I spoke to Lou 2 days ago. He's saying March. You know, he wants to give Kambosos some time off, let him enjoy his victory, do all the victory laps. Does March sound good for you?
I think that, you know, realistically, I think April, May is kind of a more realistic time frame. You know, for a lot of reasons. I mean, let's see what's going to happen with this new COVID strain. You know, and I think it's going to take a good amount of time to get everything together, you know, put it together the right way. But look, this is all fresh. I mean, we're not even a week out, you know, a week away from, you know, from the Lopez fight. So it's like, you know, we're still taking everything in. But like I said, you know, it's just going to be a matter of what the best situation is for everybody. You know, that's it.
So if you don't go the Devin Haney route, you have to make the offers to the Tanks, Ryans, and let's say hypothetically JoJo if he wins.
Yeah, but I think that would be in the Devin Haney scenario too. I mean, I think at this point, anything that takes place in Australia, I mean, you know, we're making those offers.
With DAZN doing their launch, I mean
I
wouldn't
don't
you
know.
want to listen to what DAZN has to say?
Of course, but remember, George and our entire team are in the driver's seat. You know, so of course, you know, everything's going to be discussed. Everything will be listened to. Everything will be put on the table, and I just see us taking whatever that best opportunity is going to be.
Now, obviously, we know that you were held a high position in Triller. You stepped down. Is it just George for you right now, or you have any other
Well, I
fighters?
mean, I manage Xander Zayas. I have
Oh, that's
George.
right.
I mean, you know, I have, I mean, I have.
I forgot
some young
about
guys.
Xander.
Yeah.
He's about to fight on the 11th,
December
right?
11th in New York. So,
Yes.
so yeah, but I mean, look, this has been a big deal. You know, obviously, it's real fresh, and we're just enjoying the moment right now. Here to watch Devin fight. Gonna go watch Tank fight, and
What's your thoughts on George telling Devin he has to fight? I felt like it was a subliminal to Devin. He said, I want to see who's going to run and who's going to stand there and fight. And obviously Devin is the Mayweather style, right?
Look, I think that, what George is saying is he says, I went and I showed out. I went out there and I made a statement. I didn't just win, I showed a lot, right? Put him down in the first round, got up in the 10th round, closed the show in the championship rounds. And I think what he's saying is he just wants to fight whoever's going to be the most exciting fight, because that's what's going to generate the most money. And that's what's going to have the most fans interested in watching that fight.
All right, well, Peter, man, I appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars and title, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.